early, play off your pop blossoms, play off your assists. Any single target kills you get can be really nice if put on the right people, but you got to be careful about team fighting FPX early on. So, well, it's something. Can Joshi survive this? Because we're attempting it.
Oh, so slow as Elk getting some autos down. On is taking up the turret and flashed out just at the last moment of an invade, but because he, alongside Shadow, will soon have access to those game-warping ultimates. We might see them make a debut before his ults come around here, as Sheer does have the lava carpet, and Bin is completely caught out with no flash. Bin is just dead here.
They're going to give it over to JJ, but pretty much a solo. I mean, that's going to be Dragon going over to BLG, but still getting that economy out of the Gwen. Let's see what Sheer can do. It did say it's...
Bilibili Gaming doing a pretty good job gaining some resources despite Bin's mess up.
Well, I mean, at times that's just the...
Oh my god, the Q into Dwayne to stun him into the cease and desist. Shadow is styling on his former team right now.
Absolutely.
Awesome dodge by a nice little magical journey there out of Dwayne, but Elk is transcended and he's flashed right over the only ability that stops him from solo killing.
As Joshi falls and oh boy, not again.
Using the minions. Remember, the turret doesn't ramp up on the minions. This is just bullying from On and L.
And Joshi has rotated. It looks like that Dragon is not going to be on the menu for FPX. Instead, try and get a piece of it. Right?
Bid does have exhaust. I think that plays a huge role depending on who he's able to drop.
I think he's dead.
It's also 4 versus 1. Yeah, I feel like he's just as good as dead. There is the lava carpet and the knockups all landing, but JJ takes a good lick of damage, and that's going to TP in here, but a flash magical journey saves all. JJ escapes with his life.
Those are the hands from JJ. Great reaction there to get out of the queue from Knight. They've rotated back around too. Let's see if we can find Knight.
Oh, Chains of Corruption. Knight caught napping. And he is going to go down to the flame spinner from Sheer. Tempered Fate also locks On up and forces him to turn forward with the Pop Blossom, but the heal is not enough. JJ survives. Dwayne diffing that play from BLG.
This is a great play and call from FPX that was for sure disrespected by BLG. The rotation around so on point. There's
Elk immediately cleanses the Timber Stun. I don't even think they really even need a Shadow. I think Elk just wins that alone, but good bait nonetheless.
That's a mistake there from Carrot. You got to be able to sniff that one out. But man, BLG can kind of go in one by one.
So we'll have to track how well Elk can use that gold advantage later, because now it's Sheer's turn to get dove, but diving means there's a turret there, and well, Shadow actually is here for the structure instead. He's actually late there, though, to first brick. JJ's able to get the topside one, so no feats of strength. That is not wrapped up just yet.
Pete's still up as we do bust into the mid game. I do want to say I kind of hit on the scaling of BLG a little bit. I like the world that we're in with Elk and Bin. The only concern is, you know, are you always going to be able to auto attack?
JJ is caught On out as his teammate was resetting, and they guessed right on the clone. JJ's impact instantly felt so far in this game 1.
I think JJ was tracking the red buff ticks. Yeah, you can see that through. You know, when you get a damage tick, you like get the shadow on a stunned person, so I think he used that to track On. And On caught out, no Pop Blossom available, and a Rift Herald likely to fall in favor of FPX, so the good plays continue.
Here's a problem spot for BLG is they overforce in spots. They're just disrespecting their opponents. His 2 flashes immediately gets that Yunar picked off. The Tempered Fate also is going to grab Shadow, and Timbers wants to lay his paws in on the BLG jungler. No Vault Breaker, it's just a stun. And it's more and more stumbles and trips into this mid-game for BLG.
That 0-4 Joshi, he's back in the game. His brother took control. And
who's boosted now?
Yeah, and in terms of BLG, I just think that we're taking some real fights and decisions. As Knight going to try again.
Yeah, you want to see another one? Here's a Pop Blossom. Bin teleports in. They still have their turret up, which is actually really huge. JJ, this time the Magical Journey cannot save you from the might of the turret. Bin not going to look for more with that needle work, but Bilibili have saved their mid-tier 1 turret at the very least and taken a shutdown off the board as well.
They have. We'll see what happens before the Dragon here, as it is the sole point for BLG, but a couple fights in a row where they've opted into the fights down numbers Slayer. Thought that they had enough strength to win it regardless, but the execution has just been better for FPX.
Oh, sure, all right. 10th game of Rumble, you know he's comfortable testing the limits of his damage, and Knight, we're going to try and forget that one on your MVP campaign. They actually keep rolling nonetheless. BLG have completely cut Jue out, and the good layering of CC means that they're able to trade their mid laner out.
Well, Knight has TP when he spawns, so you've got to imagine this Dragon is advantage BLG. FPX going to have to make up a lot of ground.
This is so important with a Hextech Soul. So powerful, whichever team's able to grab control of it. Shadow going to start that one up. Knight up in mere seconds. He'll have a TP angle towards the bottom side of this pit, so he doesn't have to TP away from his team. They can hold this front line. Zon is actually going to respect flash away from JJ. Stun comes across. JJ, do you have a steal in you? Yes, he doesn't need to steal it because he just killed off Shadow. There's the Dragon secured. Bin's going to try and kite back towards Elk, but here comes the Tempered Fate. Not going to hit on either member, so Yunar has to flash over the wall and burn that cleanse as the might of FPX's front-loaded damage rears its ugly fangs.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing fights get a little bit weird here. I don't think that Elk is having the best setups from his team. It's hard for Elk to play these fights out because the Pop Blossom's desync, Shadow's going down early, and a lot of the other tools around him, it's just damage. Speaking of damage, here, goodbye. That's some revenge for Knight. Trades
Round,
out,
so Otacon isn't a freebie for BLG, but they kind of feel like it is. That Tempered Fate is a vision one, yeah. So now that kind of fight-altering ultimates off the board here for FPX, I don't think they can really force their way in here. JJ's still pretty hurt, but they're going to look for the engage on to Care this time. Elm trying to set himself up with the Transcendence, but the Between Worlds with Bin's damage is more than enough to take JJ down. Here comes the Lava Carbon, really well positioned. There's no jungler left, and the Otacon has completely reset, and that throws a huge wrench in the Otacon placement of their own, and they're going to reap all the rewards here. Otacon seem to go down in mere seconds, and what's the worst thing? You trade Dragons 2-2?
This is fine for BLG. I mean, Otacon is going to be a lot of power in terms of levels, which I think they really need on their side. Just really strong with levels advantage too. And yeah, you're getting an advantage until you're giving up a Hextech Soul that's permanent. Well, if they get a big enough advantage, then all of a sudden Hextech Soul becomes your advantage potentially. So until that first one went wide, but that looks to be the target from Jachi. And meanwhile, Shadow to really threaten that mid-outer. Here we go.
Right, Edge of Night already taken down. Tempered Fate, though, is going to stall Jachi's execution. Pop Blossom going to hold JJ's clone at bay as Ben wins his 1v1 with Sheer off to the side. But Kara is able to drop Shadow off. Both jugglers again trade out very early in the fight. Clutch Pop Blossom from on. There's no way for Elk to get in. He just can't get reliable.
On BLG. I want to see if
Care has
goes.
Yeah, I want to see Care jump forward this Timbers. Now is the Bard with the Spellbook Smite. Gets the Dragon, but JJ goes way too far forward with the Hexgate. Tempered Fate bails him out. The Bard diff really starting to manifest a lot in this game for Jue.
I mean, that was massive, because that's almost a scenario where it's a win for BLG.
So for now, FPX will get control towards that Baron, but how much value can you get out of some of those ults you've already burned as JJ gets caught by a big Pop Blossom and on. Make sure that he trades his life with the junglers. Win for BLG now. They have a much superior smite left up on the board, and they're going to try and take control of the Bear Pit or look for more as Care sends Shadow on a long ride, but it's one back towards the fountain. Another quick trade, 1-for-1.
I mean, they traded up, I guess, the second time as junglers and supports are both down. Now Ben pressing R.
It'll work, but he gets Timbers dropped, even though he tries to stasis it with the Gwen passive. The Zanyas forces out the E from Sheer. He's able to get that first kill. Jachi, though, is down as Knight gets just enough damage out, and Elk is going to take the turret up through the stasis and help Knight knock down FPX by, again,
coming in from Ben. They're going to probably just have to slam the Rumble TP now, but is it too late?
Looks like it's too late. Jue has no hero smite to help out, and JJ Cyclone just used defensively. They do catch on off to the side, but Elk is able to put some serious damage down. Karen goes in the stasis. Shadow is out. Sheer flashes after him, and Chachi's able to grab Elk and knock him down. Bin saves the fight for the second by trading out Sheer, but JJ and Jue are going after him. No stun lands. Bin trying to kite back using the scissors to the best of his advantages. The soul lanes of BLG that have to hold up tall, and Knight slams the golden left hand down on the head of FPX. No, sir. No fight win for you. Knight triple kill.
What is it? Overchase, is it not? Who knows? Regardless, Knight with the flash made it happen.
Have that impact, like an MVP, the most valuable player on your team. Now, as we talk about, he gets caught by the Tempered Fate, but all looks for an immediate turn with a 3-man Pop Blossom. Knockem's still going to come on tonight. JJ has the GA, so he will come back up, but Elk is right in front of him. He needs to get these autos down. JJ can use the Trickster and the Cyclone to get out. Bin's Needlework, not enough. The heal comes through. Elk's trying to push the Transcendence to the maximum form, and he'll help get just enough damage through to drop JJ and Dway. And with Shadow reviving himself, Bilibili may finally claim this Baron after 15 minutes.
I thought that opener to the fight was so good for FPX, and it was, but once the ults were down, they don't have the DPS to keep up with the Gwen or the Yunara. They're online. BLG have scaled.
Chachi, no! Doesn't get it blind.
Imagine if there is there with stuns or a Tibbers. Is BLG and is Elk able to play as far up as they did?
Think of a combo into 2 members, and just like that, bye-bye turn.
No, we didn't mention Aurora.
He highlighted from this draft, even 3 picks in. BLG are damage rich. Are they able to siege well? Shadow flashes away from the Tippers really well, so he doesn't get popped. His Knight dropped in between worlds. JJ forced out of the fight, and Care once again the victim to start things off for BLG, and Elk trying to really max the transcendence of his Yunara as best as possible. BLG have to be a bit wary though, taking their siege towards the Nexus turrets. They have other avenues to play for, and they'll instead knock 2 inhibitors off the board and try to get themselves the Hextech Soul to BLG. For the proverbial nail in the coffin, yep.
Yeah, that's game. BLG's got this one. This was a
15 seconds away from leaving the BLG game time Goldilocks zone. Just keep that in mind, everybody.
Oh god. You know, no wonder I forgot about that one. It almost feels like a fake stat, even if it's very real. But yeah, BLG, they have 2 butchering hits at their disposal, so we'll see if they can spread them out or use them. All right, there's one. They know.
All right, this time Knight's able to sidestep out of the Tempered Fate, so there goes that big game plan, and Pop Blossom is through on to 2, and Knight gets on the back line to drop all of that damage. GA's popped, but Knight is taking heads, not names, grabs himself a double kill just like that, and no Baron needed, just massive loads of damage. Bilibili Gaming gonna take a 1-0 lead in 42 minutes. For the first time in what feels like forever, BLG are winning a post-40-minute game.
Yeah, I mean, BLG, they scaled in this one. You have Gwen, you have Aurora, you have Yunara, and we saw what they were able to do when that game did